after such a thing, I would suspect that you've taken a rest within the village. Like a good 8 hours rest, going about, relaxing, trying to fix up what you can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thiveron will examine that fruit, though.
You're taking it back to the village. That would be life science. What you have discovered of the fruit so far is it's much more complex than you first thought. For instance, it does have a faint magical aura to it. It seems like this beast was slightly magical in a way. So you start your, studying it from different angles and stuff, but for now it's going to take a bit until you discover anything. Meanwhile, Kuzon. Raison has been beside you along with your kids since they all came with you and made sure you were rested. Since you saved the village, they're very excited. Clearly they're proud of their dad.
Yay!
You're finally accepted by family. Raison does look up to you for a moment as you're like relaxing in the water, and he goes, "So, what do you plan to do now?"
He's like scratching his head and is like, "I think I have to go out and help Thiveron with his family." The dog one. And he's thinking, it's like, I'm also working on a space station.
Space station?
Yeah. I'll show him the schematics, and it's like, I'm making a space station above the surface of Akiton.
Really? Why would you like to build it in this boring place?
Keep an eye on it. Yeah, to keep an eye on everything. Akiton used to be, I don't know what stories you've been told at the Warren, but Akiton used to be, long time before me, used to be a nice place.
I did hear a few stories, but all I see now is sand. A lot of sand. Mostly sand.
Do you want to learn how to fix a starship from your old man?
Yeah! Like, immediately, he was just like, just suddenly bounces up. Yes! Always up for, like, adventure, essentially.
Yeah, I'll give you, this clapper's like, I'll give you the apprenticeship. And I kind of look at my other kids, like, you're all welcome to come too if you want to learn a thing or two.
They're all looking between each other, like, some of them nod, some of them are clearly thinking on it. This is a big decision, despite what Raison immediately jumped at the, what he wants to do. As you're talking about that, Aiden, have you come down from the top of a gorge?
Oh yeah, since it's the next day, obviously.
Yeah. I don't know, I'm just saying, with Aiden's personality and watching over people, I sort of worried that he was constantly up there, constantly vigilant, making a little camp or something.
Yeah, it's just constantly lording over people up there. I see what you're doing over there in that corner. Don't think I can see you with my sniper rifle.
But as you're going around the village on top, you have the walkways above the ground. Prava, you're also there as well. You see some Ishkedi waving you both over. They're over in this large collector device. It looks like a moisture collector with the sails pointed upwards instead of downwards to protect against the sun. And you see them with a pump. Some of them are jumping up, pumping down the thing, and they're trying to offer you some water essentially.
Oh, you don't have to worry about me. Thank you, but that's a precious resource around.
They literally one of them's trying to shove a grass into your hand.
Prava just kind of sighs and accepts it and is like, thank you.
Gives a nod. He's like, that's how you speaking in Akeshi. He walks away and then goes up to you, Aiden, with another glass.
I'll take it and say thanks.
He walks off, and then some of them have got glasses as well. It seems like this is sort of celebration. Doesn't look like they have really alcohol, but might as well use the second rarest resource they have.
I'm gonna take out a bottle that I always keep on me for emergencies, aka the flask. Every good mercenary should have a flask, and I dangle it in front of them, and I down my water, and I put a bit of alcohol in it, give them a little taste,
Ah, what? You put a little dash in each of their water?
Yep.
they sip it, and then you hear them going, "Hajaya, yeah!" They're cheering Akeshi, just all excited. It's water doesn't just taste of water anymore. Nice.
It's probably their first time taste. Are these Akedi of drinking age? How old are these?
You're sure a few of them are.
Aiden doesn't
Half
care.
the people you got drunk are of drinking age.
Well, I mean, like, baby Akeshi literally eat garbage. Like, I don't think there's anything their stomach can't process.
You have seen these strange little balls of what appear to be teeth on two legs walking around. You're pretty sure those are the babies, but it seems like these are more adult. Some are adolescents, some are like adults. The adults are tall and Kuzon. The adolescents are the same size as Kuzon.
By the way, I'm not supposed. I don't know what sounds a cache are supposed to make, but whatever noises you're making are very enjoyable.
Ataika. I'm trying to copy the little sand things, Jawas from Star Wars.
They're kind of like Jawas.
Exactly.
Booty.
Oh, Didi. They do seem to be overly celebratory because they, number one, they've discovered that they don't have to be religious fanatics. They discovered what exactly is going on, and ever since they've partook in the cleansing flame, they've overall looked happier. As the day goes on, and the people are and the Ikeshi are more relaxed, and they're hanging out on the little bits of ledges on the towers, looking over the area. Some are like using their new rifles, which Esna hasn't taken away at all. She's wandering around the village now as well, as those ships parked just outside. They're like firing like their laser rifles down towards like small little creatures that they normally hunt. Just of course they're missing. They're not the best shots in the world, but they're trying. They're trying their best. And I gotta ask, what is the overall group gonna be doing? Are you gonna be ready to leave, or are you gonna prepare anything?
I'm going to spend a bit of resources and UPBs to just like give all my kids their own little communicators. Like I'm basically giving them something they can use to contact me using, and I'll like link it up to their little radio tower here so they can boost the signal the station or whatever if they ever need to reach out to me. I think it's important that you all can contact me if you need something.
They nod. Razor looks around and says, I guess I'll stay here until you're ready for me to learn and stuff.
Yeah. It's like he kind of just like I'm about to have to go on a space chase looking for a missing lady, and that's not the kind of thing that you can take kids to, I think.
I understand. I think I have gone on enough adventures for at least a short time.
Yeah, you kids be good. Don't give the chief any grief. If you guys cause trouble, he's gonna become complaining to me.
Understood. We will make sure not to cause him any grief. However, if I take over and become chief, does that count?
Maybe when you're older, scamp. I'm just gonna like ruffle the top of his head.
He just walks back and forth. Clearly he was serious about taking over, but he's like, fine.
And yeah, I'll head out to. I'll start getting my stuff ready. I'll spend a few minutes like hanging out with them, but I'm gonna be starting packing my things onto the mule and getting ready to board the ship because we still have a missing person.
As you're preparing to leave, you see Esna like watching, giving you small wave Kuzon as you go towards your ship. And the rest of people like giving you a wave, like everybody's like waving off you. One of the Ishkedi has made one of their own little flasks to copy Aiden's. He's like waving that as well.
Kuzon just gonna like look at him and look at Aiden as we're climbing up. It's like, did you teach him that?
Maybe. What can I say? They take the best of me.
Oh god.
And with that, the door of Perseverance closes up as the ship prepares to take off as you're readying yourselves. There's currently a sandstorm in progress, so whoever's flying, please make me a piloting check.
Yeah, I got it.
I'll give him a hand navigating out of it.
Alright.
So I make a piloting check as well, DC 10, and then
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just test helping.
I botched that hard, didn't I? Damn.
So that is 23 in total. It's a bit of a rocky start. You haven't felt this sort of dust storm in quite a while, Aiden, as you start taking off bits and pieces of sand, scraping bits of paint of the Perseverance before finally you able to angle just right and boom, you shoot through it.
In my excuse, this is the first time I've driven in a sandstorm.
True, you haven't been driving a spaceship that long.
Yeah, and last time we were here, there wasn't a sandstorm.
That being said, speaking of dry, as you are above Agiton, you do spot the fact that, well, there is a bit of green on it.
Yeah, the bounty.
Does seem that's where the Idari ship is mainly posted over. Like it's high above orbit of the bounty, essentially.
Oh, their space station gets the best real estate. We're gonna be stuck with like some desert bowl somewhere.
That just means we get to make it into whatever we want.
I have thoughts about that. I want our station to be like set up in such a way that it always faces the sun. No matter like where it is around the planet, I want the top of the station to always aim at the sun.
So you want to be tidal locked.
Solarian good. Yeah.
Get like a greenhouse at the top of it.
Yeah, exactly. You grow a bunch of like strange plants and worship the sun.
If you want to go praise the sun, you could just go to it. There's a lovely city, lovely casinos in the sun.
Yep.
I'm sorry, Sun
It's
City?
real cool. Yep. There's a
You
city
didn't
on
know?
the sun.
Yeah, in the corona of the sun, there's literally a city people can drive to.
I'm assuming they have some sort of like shielding technology.
Yeah, and they just found it there too. Nobody built it. They just found a shielded
Yeah.
city on the surface of the sun. So they
Yeah,
just
they decided to
populated
occupy it.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, you're going to take 6 days with a piloting check. 4 days you're going to take, essentially.
Aiden is not a good pilot today.
Right, so if you're going to be, let's go first things first. Let's go down the list. Aiden, as you are like looking up your ticket, your holographic ticket you got from the Key Leon, it's pretty old, but it does say on the side of it, it says Raja's Casino and Arcade Emporium. Claim here.
Sounds good to me. Let's see if they're still in business, I guess.
As you search it up, you don't find much information about it. You do find out there was like reports of fires like every like other month on it.
Seems like their products are not worth having unless you're into arsony.
Well, I guess my question: who are we going after, Thiveron? You going after your master, or are we going after your sister?
He pauses and thinks, the way to my master will show itself in time. But if our current objective is to begin building this space station, I feel Ilaria's expertise would come in handy.
The last known location was on Absalom, and given the information, did you share the information with them, Aiden? That
Yeah,
your
absolutely.
guys, yeah? The guys have come up with information that the fact that she definitely did not leave Absalom. Essentially, with all the tracking and stuff, there was, unless she somehow snuck aboard by packing herself away in a cargo crate, she has not left Absalom.
Hence why I sent some boys in the locked down sector, but they couldn't get in there. It's security is way too tight. Hence why I wanna ask around some information brokers, see if they can't figure something out for me.
So we're suspecting that there's a lockdown sector that like might have some clues on where she's at.
Well,
I guess
the reason officially the reason it's on lockdown is because there might be some kind of infection spreading there, so they've locked it down so the infection doesn't spread or something. But it's mostly rumors.
Very topical.
What I'm gonna do then, instead of that, I'm going to get into like forums and stuff like that, and just try to sweep for information on the like the nature of the lockdown, like what the security measures are, like see if people are talking in like undernet forums and shit about that.
Use computers then.
Yeah.
And while you're doing that, Prava, you said you wanted to craft something, correct? Okay then. So if you're going to be using that, use mysticism, and remember, Thiveron's thing does have a boosted thing attached to it you got from the Key Leon, which makes it a +3 instead of just a +2 to your skill check.
Okay, day 3.
Essentially, as you're starting to craft it, you craft this rather large tarp that you can, like, basically fling over the car. It's leafy, and as you throw it over the car, it adapts to the area around it in the cargo hold. You see that it takes on the grey and the symbols of the ship as it matches almost perfectly. Not quite invisible, but it does camouflage it quite well.
Perfect. It's everything I dreamed it would be. Prava, this is first magical item he ever crafted. So like an excited child, he rolls up his invisibility tarp and runs to Thiveron's room. Thiveron! Look what I made! It's so exciting!
Thiveron will look at you and just be like, it's great.
No idea what it is. It's
Quickly run to the dog that can't see to show him what I made.
Most times like, oh yeah, right.
I want to know if we need to like sneak past their security at the outpost and get in there in order to do research. I need to know like what's up with that. So I assume I probably didn't pull much, like a terrible amount of information from my first roll.
No, you didn't. Apparently, people are taking a look at the, well, for instance, the infection area. People are worried about it, worried if it will spread, but apparently there's been no cases outside that area yet. Meanwhile, there's a couple people doing conspiracy theories. One person seems to act as if they know what's going on. They keep complaining about the fact that, oh, it's like inside, of course, they've got stuff like, you know, it could be some strange new entity. It could be like some sort of magic gone awry. I bet it's something like that. Is there anything anyone else wishes to do? Thiveron, anything you want to do?
No, he's just anticipating getting a chance to actually look for his sister now.
Okay, then. So, I guess we will arrive in Absalom. That being said, Thiveron, you weren't here before, I don't believe, but of course, along with leveling up, your ship has gained quite a bit more BP. But as you've decided to basically get a space station, a stationary space station as well, the BP is lower than it would be for your level, but you do have 125 BP, and you've only spent 70 out of it.
Oh, so we're level 6 now, right?
Yes.
Let me fix that.
Thiveron on his journey gains strength suddenly. But otherwise, Aiden, did you want to go and try getting your gift?
I mean, now I'm a bit squeamish considering their reputation, but what the hell, let's go check it out at least. I'm sure that if it's very flammable and dangerous, that Kuzon can probably fix it. So,
as you're like going down the street and you just see people, you normally walk around the station around this area actually, and you see people like, Aiden, how you doing? You see like one of the burger like vans, you see him like get over a screaming creature, put it on the grill and
oh hey,
with a small mallet. He's like, ah, Aiden, how you doing?
Sup, Joe?
He like scratches his carapace.
Sup, Joe? Hey, is it that time of the month already? Some of the new screamers are out. Are they fresh?
Oh, very fresh. Would you like one?
Hell yeah, hit me up with one of those. I'm gonna take out a few credits and put them on the table.
He's like, so how's work being? He's like getting things with his forearms, grabbing bits and pieces.
You know how it is, get shot at, explosions, giant monster trying to rip you in half, you know, the usual.
Ah, yes, I've seen some of those casts. You're getting much more popular than you used to be. He says, scratching his, like, under his face a bit with one arm while the others, like, form up the burger, one after the other.
Oh, you must have seen the recent stuff on that Key Leon ship. Weird, I thought I mostly stayed out of the camera that time.
Oh, you may think so, but yeah, once they figured out who it was connected to, it was easy to find out who else worked with him.
No, I guess that's true. I mean, Prava is getting all the reputation and the infamy for all the weird reasons.
True. Not liking the fame that comes with it.
Mercenary work ain't about fame. You do your job easier when nobody knows your face. I guess that's why
Maybe
Chaco, that
so.
fucking bastard, always keeps a mask on.
I've never liked that guy personally.
Yeah,
He's like,
I know,
mustard.
right? He's so overrated.
Well, he never eats around here, so I don't like him. He like squeezes a bit of sauce onto the burger and then wraps it up in a nice paper wrapper, puts it on the thing. He's like, well, you're doing good work. Just know that. This is on the house.
Don't worry about it, man. It's always important to help your local businesses.
This is why people like you, Aiden. He takes some money. He doesn't seem like that discouraged. Like, you have it. It's like, oh, money. Yeah, okay. If you don't
Aiden's gonna take a look at the burger and he's gonna poke a bit. Huh. Wait, why isn't it twitching anymore? Did some of the customers complain?
Some of them did, but I made sure it's just a tiny bit of aesthetic, it'll wear off. It'll start twitching soon, even though we eat them before then.
Honestly, I prefer it when it twitches, shows a little character to it.
Of course. Don't worry. If you just leave it for a moment, let the sauces soak in, it'll wake up. Don't worry.
Nice. Anyway, see you around, Joe. Don't be a stranger.
See. And he goes back. Goes back to working as you start heading along the street once more. And as you do pass by the area that, is locked off. They did mention it was quite close to, the middle section of the ring. It seems like they have basically placed down these giant metal construct walls to prevent anybody from getting in.
Well, that's not ominous at all. I'm gonna stare at it for a while I'm just enjoying my burger. Well, might as well see what this is about. And I'm gonna head over to where the shop's location is.
As you open it up, it's like,
there it is, there's that crunch.
And once more, as you head over to the shop, you stop for a moment, look at it, and it says it's closed for repairs. And you see bits of burnt wood and the doors are a little hanging off.
Well, this clearly is a good sign, Aiden says as he walks over to the door and starts knocking on it. Hello? Anybody
as you
in
knock
there?
on it, it immediately falls over. It's like, goof, and you just see certain dust woof. And it doesn't seem like anyone's in there.
Aiden's quietly going to stop after the door fell down. He's gonna slowly finish his burger. He's gonna use a napkin to wipe his mouth, his hands. Then he's gonna put it in the nearby trash can. He's gonna wipe his feet and enter the wreckage.
Roll me perception.
You still have to have manners.
Exactly.
There it is.
Oh. As you enter in, you look around, you see bits and pieces. They've clearly left behind the burnt merchandise, but taken the good stuff. You're holding up a small model. Looks like from this show the kids used to watch. It's burnt on one side. The other side looks okay, but it's just half melted. And as you're looking, you hear a welcome.
Hi. Hope you don't mind. I let myself in. Since your door was unlocked, and he looks towards where the door fell.
Welcome!
Wait, is this a machine?
It sounds away from you, but it hears, welcome to...
Uh-huh. I'm gonna just follow the noise and get closer and see what's up.
As you follow the noise, you come to this curtained off area. It says employees only, and as you get rid of the crumbling curtain, as soon as you touch it, it just falls off. And as you walk on through, you see this tarp covering this very tall device as it's built into the wall, and you see lights flickering from under the tarp. And you hear, "Welcome, winner!"
That's me, alright. How damn damage does this thing look?
Are you going to remove the top?
Yep.
As you remove the top, suddenly this animatronic, half of its body suddenly leans forward, open his arms in welcome thing as his rather creepy face opens up his jaw and says, "Welcome, winner! You are the grand winner of Achilleon!"
Oh hey, he knows me. Haha. Yep, that's me,
Of
alright.
course I know you, sir. I have been waiting a long time.
As it does that, I'm gonna bonk it on the head lightly.
Thank you very much. But please, do not touch your merchandise.
Huh, and Kuzon thinks he's such a hot engineer. Fixed it in one bonk.
Please, and he like holds up his arm, then gestures down to a small star. Insert your ticket, grand winner.
Well, here goes nothing. In goes the ticket.
Thank you, and enjoy your prize. And you see the animatronic rise up a little as this drawer comes out of the front, the panel raising up, like this dusty like smoke, which was clearly meant to be like dry ice, has long since dried out, slowly rise up the platform,
Aiden,
broken music playing, it's like ding 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 ding.
Aiden's face shows fake excitement, and he speaks in a fake excitement voice, and he says, "It's gonna be dust. It's gonna be crumpled up suit, isn't it? It's gonna be burnt to a char, isn't it?"
As it comes up, there's this box on top of it, and a small little, what appears to be another holographic token in front of it. And as you pick up the token, it says, "1 free ticket to a VIP pass to Achilleon."
Huh. I'm gonna throw the ticket away.
Push. I suspect you open the box.
Yes.
And as you open up the box, it's almost a gift bag of several different things. Number one, there are what seems like a sealed canister of like small chocolates inside. That's number one. There are flowers that have long since withered away and died. They say long life flowers, but clearly did think about, you know,
I
10
think
years.
I'd like to reclaim this item. It seems like false advertisement.
And as you do, you also notice the last part, and as you unwrap them, you find gloves and boots.
Huh. Well, at least these can't rot. I'm gonna take out the boots. I'm gonna actually take out the chocolates first, and can I open them and give them a whiff, see if they've gone, shall we say, nuclear?
Oh, of course, of course. As you do, gone nuclear. That makes me laugh. Can you roll me a willpower save?
Oh Jesus, I'm not eating them. I'm just whiffing them. Goddammit.
Maybe you can't help yourself.
You obviously with them. You look up, be like, "Oh, they smell gorgeous." And you find your hand reaching for it, and you like pull it away quickly. It's like,
what the hell was that? Okay,
you find your mouth
box.
watering a little bit.
Okay. We just had a burger. Calm down, me. I am gonna put the top on. I'm sure Murana and the guys will enjoy these chocolates back at home. Anyway. As
you do that, the animatronic comes down, the drawer closes as you've taken the items, and he goes, "Thank you, grand winner. Now I await the next grand winner of Achilleon. Please return when the promotion is back on once again. Maybe you can win again."
Yeah, somehow I doubt it, friend. You'll be waiting for a while.
And you see finally the lights die down.
Oh.
So I post a picture to Kuzon, and underneath burned to a crisp, totally wrecked walls. Here's the coordinates. I don't think anybody's gonna give a damn. Have fun. In case you want to recover, I don't know. You're a scavenger, you figure it out.
I guess I'll scavenge it.
And with that, I'm gonna recover the boots, the gloves, and the chocolates, and I'm gonna get the fuck out of there before somebody fucking thinks I'm doing a crime or something.
For all we know, this animatronic could be what's burning down the store regularly. Let's not.
I mean,
causing power surges.
What use do we have for like a Chuck E. Cheese robot in our ship anyway?
I know exactly. It's not about what we need it for. It's about what would be funny.
So yeah, as you're exiting the place, you there's like small little note attached to the gloves and boots that are like tied together.
Oh, what's the note say?
It says, "The fabulous prototypes of the marvelous climbers. While wearing these items, you have a climb speed of 30 feet."
Oh, nice. Might be useful. For now, I'm gonna stash them away. I am gonna reach down, grab the door. Is the door holdable, or does it fall apart?
It is holdable. It's just the hinges came off.
Gonna lift it up, and I'm gonna kind of rest it where it's supposed to be, I guess. So Kuzon can have another surprise when he comes in here.
As you go and fuck off with your gloves and boots and your lovely, lovely chocolates, you eventually go on back to the Zero Risk, which I suspect that's where everybody else is like hanging around. Or are you off doing things? What are you guys doing?
I'm leveling up.
I want to say that Kuzon is spending some time tinkering with star metal and doing his the quote unquote version of leveling up.
As you are like doing your own thing and stuff like that, eventually everybody's together. You can see Z hanging around the place as well as you did before. And Aiden, you come back at this point with all your nice lovely gifts.
Honey, I'm home.
Oh, you weren't gone that long. About a week and a half?
Yeah, we would have been here sooner, but you know, traffic.
Ah, I see. Traffic. In space.
Yep, you'd be surprised.
There's like this building that got in the way. God.
Yeah. I mean, you try to roll a 1d6, get 6 every time. Damn it. Anyway,
well, then.
I got some chocolates. Here, give them around the room. I'm sure people will enjoy them. They seem to be almost irresistible. Almost.
Oh, of course. And she like gives some around, gives one to Z, and puts them on the table for anybody else who wants to take one. Grabby immediately takes one. Bro 9 takes one. Right. This is going to be interesting. Right. So as you see, I'm going to start with Bro 9 first. As you see him like toss the chocolate up, and you see his metal jaw like jing jing jing. He's like, "This is delicious. Oh, I've never had anything so delicious." He puts a hand up and he starts stroking a beard. He's like, "Weird." He's stroking a beard, puts up, feeling skin, eyes, hair. Looks down to his arm, and you see he's a very large, muscular man with dark skin, wearing essentially what he was wearing before, which was like shorts and a tank top. And he's like, "What's?"
I'm gonna quietly look at him and just go, "Bruh."
What's going on? And then when you look over, and Grabby's like turns around, looks at herself, and is like, "Nothing happened." It's like looking at herself.
Speak?
No, she didn't speak, but I'm saying nothing happened. Oh. Like, you can see, like, nothing happened to her. But then when Z comes back in, you can see a smallish Kelly wearing Z's clothes. And it's like, she gestures to you, like, for fuck.
I shrug. Oh.
I imagine like Kuzon was had the piece of chocolate. He was like halfway about to bite into it, and then he just sees all this and just quietly sets it down.
When Kuzon sets his piece of chocolate down, it just levitates into the air and disappears into Prava's mouth.
Roll me D100.
Oh god. You're gonna turn into something stupid.
Oh, this is amazing. Hang on, I gotta give a good description of this. I haven't gone too far out with the races on this table, but it is hilarious. Where is it? There it is. So, as you eat it, probably you're like, you don't feel that much. And then you reach up your arm, stroke your arm, you're like, oh, goosebumps. Oh, skin. And your skin is dark, like charcoal dark, as you're looking at it. And then you have hair, white hair, and long ears. You're a drow.
Prava's probably the happiest, nicest looking drow anyone's ever seen.
He's probably like handsome Squidward.
Yeah, it's like everybody looks. He's like, woof.
Aiden suddenly scratches his beard. And he reaches out to make sure that Grab is fine. And his version of him checking that she's fine is picking her up and shaking her about a little bit. Make sure everything's where it's supposed to be, you know?
How exactly does this, like, I'm assuming that, like, Z became a female-ish Ketty, but,
Yes.
like, Prava, is he a male or a female or a weird host drow?
I guess
Ooh,
just be a gender non-binary drow. Like, I don't know.
That's a good point. Roll me 1d2.
Maybe he identifies as an attack drow helicopter.
Oh no.
You are female. So as you like looks up, it's like, oh, why are these on my chest? And then flicks your hair like woof, all dramatically. Meanwhile, as Gravy's being shaken, you do see that eventually you're like looking, checking, and eventually you see like small scales going up her cheeks, up to her cheeks, and then along her hands she had slight like scaled fingers, and she actually does like, she didn't check before, but she has a thin like almost lizard tail.
Aiden looks like she turned into whatever you are.
I don't have a tail or scales. Well, kind of. He looks towards his hands.
Yeah, she removes your, like, she picks up your gloves, and apparently you've got scales too.
I'm gonna stop shaking her and I'm just gonna hold Grab in front of me. Man, Rana's gonna be mad. You shut up about this. I threatened the child.
I need to. I'm gonna inspect the chocolate have a nutrition label or anything.
As you're like checking, you notice it's like you're checking, and it's like on the back it's like novelty chocolates designed by the greatest magical passioneurs. It's like it's got the same tone as the animatronic ad, and it's like, once eaten, these will change you into a totally different race at random parts. These chocolates will replenish within 24 hours. 1 per 24 hours, mind you. There are a total of 10 chocolates in total, and once eaten, you will change. Do not worry, the change is not permanent. An hour at most.
Man.
And then it goes down. Warning: permanent change is not. It's not gonna happen, but it's not guaranteed not to happen. Do not sue.
Man, out of everybody, Prava got it the worst. Not only did he change into a new type of creature, but he even changed his gender. The poor man.
Prava's super excited about this. You say that, but Prava's like running his fingers through his hair, making little poses like, oh, this is what it's like to have skin. Wow, I can really feel my clothes. Aiden, this is really distracting. How do you skin creatures do this?
You get used to it? I don't know.
You do feel like, as you're looking around, you can actually like properly see in the dark. You know, you have slightly keen senses. The light is a little blinding to you, but otherwise you're fine.
It's all the new stimulation literally overloading Prava's brain right now.
Does it replace like class like like race features, or is it just like visual?
It seems mainly visual, but it seems like you gain physical traits of the
Yeah.
race. Like you
So,
lose your physical.
like,
For instance, Prava can still be.
telepathic?
Yeah, he's still telepathic. That's not exactly changing his mind or anything. It's more the outside, you know, their light sensitivity. They can see in the dark a little bit, that sort of thing. Like if you change it to
I should
race
eat one
forms.
just to see what happens, shouldn't I?
Do you want to try?
Yeah, I'll try one.
I know I gotta get table up. Roll me D100.
How many do we have?
You've eaten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right now, so there's 5 left.
Okay. I don't think this is something that we're gonna need to eat all at once, so.
I mean, it's good instant disguise, but we can let it regen. It's 1 a day, so like in an average trip, we'll get enough for the whole crew.
Okay.
Dude, imagine if I turned into like a dragonborn. Well, not a dragonborn, but.
Well, not a dragonborn, but as you eat the chocolate, and oh, it is actually very delicious. It actually tastes of like proper strawberries and that one did. Others have described other flavors like mangoes.
Kuzon's addicted to strawberries now. That's part of his character.
Like, oh, strawberry. And you're like, oh, that's delicious. And when you look down to the chocolates, they're further away than they were before. Actually, everybody's further away. And as you look down, your scales have been replaced with some sort of large chitinous armor. You look and you have 2 arms. You look down, you see a robotic arm like on your chest. You are a Trox. You are a large, monstrous creature. You're like,
yes! The power!
You're very large. It seems like your small robotic armor has replaced one of the small arms on the Trox's chest.
I'm gonna quietly.
See them, they look awesome.
I'm gonna quietly. I'm gonna quietly look towards Thiveron, who's just probably standing there confused, and I'm gonna shove a chocolate in his mouth.
Okay, what does Thiveron become?
Hold on, you can't get chocolate dogs.
I don't know if that's part of their race. If you
No, it's okay. The chocolate is gonna change him, so the dog that's bad with chocolate is not gonna be a dog anymore.
Do I have to take a fortitude save to eat this chocolate?
No, don't worry. It's designed for all races.
Okay.
I'm
chocolate.
I'm gonna challenge Bro to an arm wrestling competition.
He's like, looks at his arm, he's like, these guns will be good enough. And he's like, so yeah, Thiveron, roll me 1d100. Maybe they should change gender as well. That would be hilarious.
90.
90. Let's have a look.
Trucks are awesome.
Popping one of these before a fight might be a worthy gamble. If we got the Trox body in the middle of combat.
Yeah.
I don't think it actually changes my stats, though, does it?
Not your stats. You have a weak Trox, but you do gain their physical traits. Like you are large.
I'm probably just gonna lose to Bro immediately because I have thick arms, but they're still Kuzon. They're still Kuzon, fortunately strong. So just like.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh no.
Huh. Okay. This is going to be interesting. As you look down, you also have skin. It's slightly paler than the others, but you still notice yourself glowing a little bit. As you basically look down, and as you're casting this light, you notice you are an Azamar. Because you can see now.
I don't like this. Change it back. Somebody, please.
In fact, you can see really well since you got a dark vision up into a range of 60 feet.
Whoa.
He just take a knife and
so
start
much.
digging out your eyes. No! You're all so hideous!
He looks physically like not repulsed but overloaded.
Prava's gonna like step up behind him and like wrap a blindfold around his eyes. He's gonna take a shawl and use it as like a blindfold.
He's just like, what was that?
You still have your blind sense, by the way, since that's an innate thing in you.
Aiden at this point is gonna sit down at the table, watch very amused at the entire freak show in front of him, and he takes out a bag of popcorn from somewhere and he just starts munching as he's watching intently.
Kuzon's
full
gonna
bag out of his pocket.
Kuzon's gonna reach for all the things on the tallest shelf.
Aiden, roll me reflex save.
Oh, reflex save.
Someone's doing what I was gonna do.
Oh, not high enough. She rolled higher. She got such a lucky roll. As suddenly, as you're about to put popcorn in your mouth, you just see his tiny hand slap over your mouth as Gravy's latched onto the back of you, holding the chocolate into your mouth.
Traitor!
Roll 1d100.
Traitor!
Kuzon's like replacing a light, and he takes one of his big arms because he has to reach up high to get it, and he's like trying to manage his like really tiny tools, his giant fingers.
Esprakasa. That's what you turn into.
Fuck is that?
Oh, and it's Spraxa. They're a big bird person.
Yes, essentially, you like get Gravy off you, you turn around, and then you feel like something around your neck. It's a plume of feathers. Oh god, you're all feathers. Oh god, are those talons? Oh god. Essentially, let me.
I'm already
Caca?
grabbing an image for him.
In Spraxas, you have developed basically russell feathers since they grow around great peaks. You have long, slender necks along their lungs so they just keep
Oh
warm.
my god, they're so good.
You have length for antenna-like feathers.
Coming right out of the corner of your eyes.
Wait a minute, where have you posted it?
Oh, they look awesome.
I put it in general.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
damn.
That's what you look like. So yeah, you basically got like a Fu Manchu.
Dude, I seen the Trox and I seen this guy, and like I know like the next two things I want to play in Starfinder. These guys are cool.
They are pretty cool, aren't they?
And I'm gonna start pecking at the popcorn.
Just peck. So essentially, through the shenanigans, you're all gonna be these like different races for around about an hour.
Prava's into it. Prava's definitely gonna do like a review of these chocolates on his stream sometime when we have downtime.
Didn't we just... I think we've only got one left, right?
They regenerate on a day. So.
Oh wait, they do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And you have
actually,
3 left.
What was
4.
What
Sorry.
was the name? What was I'm bad at NPC names. I'm sorry. Who was the one that turned into a Nishiketi?
Z.
Oh, that's Z. Yeah.
Succubus.
I'd be like, you're so small.
You're normally small.
I'm so powerful.
They're just flexing. You're like, yes. You can actually lift things like up to 2 times your weight, I believe. Because you're a large creature, so you can pick things up and just yes.
I'm just gonna. I'm the.
Dude,
Yeah.
this is where you lift Bro 9 and Bro 9 lifts something else and you're both like bonding over lifting things.
You both just go to the gym and start flexing in the mirror.
Just
Be more flexing than lifting.
There's also a small note that if you wish to keep up your transformation for another hour, you can eat another chocolate.
Fancy.
That would be really, really good if we need to get into somewhere where we're too famous to get into, you know? Good disguise in a bottle.
I mean, that is deceptively powerful, just the ability to completely change how you look.
It's like at first you thought the gloves and boots were like, oh, it's just a minor like technological item to allow me to climb. Yeah, they're rather cheap, they're nice. But then you find the chocolates. The chocolates were a true item.
I think the powerful thing about the chocolate is the fact that it fucking regenerates.
Well, one a day, but yeah.
That's still pretty fucking strong.
Yeah, it takes us like 4 to 5 days to get anywhere, so we get a whole cruise worth of chocolate every time we make a trip.
True. So you get pretty good disguise things.
Yeah.
And also, since nobody's gonna say it, I'm gonna say it. It's great for livening up the sex life of a couple.
So I guess that's true. Depends, because neither of you rolled 1 or 100.
Yeah, did we find these in the sex change bag?
That reminds me, you do have serum that changes your gender permanently, don't you? Is it permanently or just for a while? I can't remember.
Just for a while, I think.
There you go. So yeah, you can put these into sex bag.
Man, I'm sex positive.
Anyway, I'm gonna grab onto Grabby and say, I've got a new mission for you. Walk, walk.
She's just looking at giant chicken Aiden and like shrugging, like what?
And
when Morana gets home, you have to feed her one of the chocolates. Don't tell her where they came from or that it was my idea, though. Bog?
She gives a thumbs up, like.
Excellent. And by the way, I'd like to think that the chicken doesn't actually make noises because it's a sentient race, but Aiden's doing it because he's weird like that.
He's racist, even to himself.
I'm a chicken!
it kind of reminds me there's a mythological creature called a Nixie, and their thing is that like if somebody consumes their spit and then they get splashed with water, they basically turn into like a sea version of whatever they are. So like wings get replaced with fins and they just fish out. That's kind of what it reminds me of.
Yeah, that was hilarious. But for your transformation, other than freaking out a little, what is everybody going to be doing? Because you have to Thiveron's sister, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll wait for it to wear off. Because as much as Kuzon likes it, he's less effective as a giant person than he is himself.
Technically, even though you're a giant person, you still have that feat that allows you to crawl through the spaces of other characters.
I mean, in my size category large, because I think it actually turned out maybe,
yeah.
Unless my ally's size category huge.
Yeah, so if your
size
character was huge,
large.
yes. But sadly, you lose that feat around your current companions. You do gain a borrow feat, so if you wanted to go digging...
just go to the sandbox and start digging around.
It's like, ha 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 ha. So then, essentially, as you come back and some of your troops come back, Aiden, looking a bit confused as you're still a giant bird person. He's like, sir? Like, all he can go off is that your clothing.
I stand there very stoically and very respectably, and then I just very smoothly peck another piece of popcorn.
He's like, well, we have reports that there's a way into a quarantine zone if you wish to know.
Ah, yes, excellent. Share it with the blindfolded Azimar.
Of course. He's like walking away. He's like, here's reports. You can enter in through this area. It's through an old building. The walls don't contain it that well. One of the walls were actually quite weak, so you can get in through here.
And
Other
then
than that,
Thiveron stands there because he's blindfolded and doesn't have blind sense anymore.
He does have blind sense, but
yeah, he's like, It's like that's a report. We got to get ready since we're taking some of the kids to the magic parade soon.
Oh, sweet.
Magic parade? This guy has the drow like clinging to him, like magic parade.
Like what? Yeah, it's like tonight. You know, it's been advertised for a few weeks now. You guys actually saw the posters before you left.
Okay. What information was on? Like what kind of magic is it? Is it like?
It's basically
like
showing
magic
off
or like real magic.
real magic.
Okay.
They're showing off things like constructions, golems, different magical things inside of a small building, while a parade of magical stuff goes on in the streets. Like that's essentially what's going to be going on.
I see.
Cool.
I'm learning a lot about magic myself. It'd be really great to see some sort of magic parade.
Of course, drow person. He's like confused. It's like
Really, me?
know
It's
you?
me. It's Prava.
Oh, you're.
We
He's like
found
looking
this-
down to you, so confused. It's like
Prava levitates over the box of chocolate and lets him like read the label.
he's like reading it. He's like, oh, where'd you find these? They seem rather expensive.
I don't know. Aiden just showed up with them. Aiden, where'd you find these?
That was my prize I won on the Key Leon, apparently.
You're lucky that magic chocolates don't seem to go off.
Yeah, I mean, I did tested them. Walk, walk.
Oh no.
It's like, for some reason, I don't trust that you test them willingly.
Yes, no, I didn't. Bok bok! And I look accusingly towards the little child.
She just gives a small wink. Like, she's enjoying the fact that she's have a tail now, because she's a half dragonborn. Turns out there are numbers between the races.
Oh, so can you like be degrees of like different? Could I have ended up like half Sheeran, half?
There are certain races that are between the numbers, yes. If I do that, then I'll ask you to roll again to decide your other half.
How fancy.
They're like one number though, so quite rare, but still, you can do it.
Probably just think this is really cool because he gets to like literally live like another species experience now. He's probably like clinging up to Z, like asking her what it's like to be an Ishketi so you can understand Kuzon experience better.
It's like, well, it feels like I'm small and a moisturizer won't work on my skin.
But what's it like being cold-blooded instead of warm-blooded?
Oh, that pretty cold. It's like she's a bit confused by the whole process, clearly. She's not taking it as well as you are. It's like, it's so weird. I never had a mortal body before.
And then Kuzon just in the background's like, whoa! And he's like knocking things off the top shelves.
So how's a mortal body different from a devil body? Is it like heavier or
More fragile. Much more fragile. If that makes sense.
I kind of understand. My skin's so soft now, it feels like I could just push right through it.
That's true. How does it feel being, she looks towards see if Aiden's like listening in, or he's just eating his popcorn.
Nah, he's done eating popcorn. For some reason, Aiden has the strange urge to get into a high place and start balking to make sure everybody knows that this is his castle and he's in control.
It's like, alright then, well, how does it feel being, you know, one gender for once?
I mean, I was always one, it's just one that didn't exist in Forever.
Well, yeah.
Being a humanoid female is definitely different. You know, a lot of weight in strange places.
Yes, yes, it is normally. If you stay as one, you're going to learn about back pain quite fast.
I mean, my hands weren't like light or anything, but these just seem so wasteful. What are these even for?
Fun. Also, about children and stuff like that. She's just like enjoying this immensely about your reactions to the whole thing. She's just like, ah, this is adorable.
Yeah, I guess probably just gonna keep enjoying the experience of being a different race, try things out, like put cold things to his skin, see how it feels, you know?
It's like, oh, this is so weird, so cool. Touch.
Yeah.
So, yes, as the hour goes by, eventually you start turning back into yourselves once more.
I want to imagine like Kuzon was like just like opening and closing a really tall shelf door, and then he just like shrinks and he's just dangling there.
Still.
It's like
So
"Aw."
sad face. It's like, ah.
I'll get down.
It's like, oh, oh. So it's alright. I'm sure it will, like, you'll be able to be one again. So yes, as you guys have turned back, are you going to be, you know, are you going to do anything, or are you going to go straight to the crack in the wall that was reported?
That experience really ruffled my feathers.
Hey.
Are you going to try to find out
No,
exactly where his sister is, or
if we're looking for his sister and we know that there's no way she left the station, then Prava's gonna like leverage some of his personal connections from his business days and just see if like anyone's seen her like in their shops or businesses, you know?
role profession?
He's
Look
a
how
cult
famous. Look how famous I am now, and if I ate another orange chocolate, look how hot I am now.
I imagine that Prava's going to turn into an Elon Musk type because he's going to have his own space station. And other than that, he's just a internet famous celebrity with a lot of money.
More money than good sense.
It's like, God, infants these days can afford their own space station. God.
Yep. Lazy bastards. Get a real job.
As you actually get some information, you do find out someone matching his sister's description has been seen around the station buying supplies, it seems, medical supplies.
All right, that's a strong lead. So like a local like pharmacy, she's been buying like.
Yeah, a local pharmacy on one of the arms. Essentially, it's like for the poor side of people, they don't really ask many questions compared to all the others who demand, no, doctor's signed in triplicate. They're just like, okay, people need help, so we treat them here.
Oh, how nice of them. Is it near the abandoned sector or the forbidden sector, or is it like way on the other side of the station?
It's not right next to it, but it is like an arm away. So you would have to have a good like transport drive over there, because it's like going across like 10 blocks in a city in order to go and get it.
Okay. Probably going to bring that information back to the group. Like, hey, found someone matching their description, buying a lot of medical supplies. You said she was a scientist, yeah?
Yes, she was studying medicine and science and magic.
Well, down at this arm of the station here, someone of her description was spotted buying all kinds of medical stuff. It's pretty close to the abandoned district, too. Just a quick transport drive away.
He nods and says we should start there then.
All right then. So you're going there. Allow me just to change the scenery and the mood music.
By the way, Prava, you can go ahead and add the chocolates to your inventory if you want, since Prava seems to be the most happy with these chocolates.
You have, I believe,
Thank you.
you have only 2 left.
Scratch that, make it 1 because I gave Grabby a mission.
No, don't worry, I took that one off. You had 3
okay.
left until I took that away. You have entered into the slightly run down of the mid. This is where basically the lower docking areas meet with the higher end section. These areas are normally cleaned thoroughly, but it seems like this area in particular, it's almost like a curtain of rain is just beyond the wall. You can see it pouring down on it. A containment measure, but you can see the guards in front of the large black steel walls. Station security.
So like through what I went through in reports and stuff like that, what were the like official statements made about these barricades?
Apparently, there was a mistake in checking, like security checking, and somebody managed to smuggle something dangerous, but they assure everybody that it's being contained.
Do we want to go ahead and throw that bubble spell on us before we walk in here?
I don't think it protects against diseases.
No, lovely.
Just gives you air.
Yeah, it's like environmental protection. It protects.
Well, if it was
us
an
from...
airborne contaminant, though.
It's not an environmental risk, though. Hold on, let me look at the actual wording for it. Because as far as I know, it's like an environmental threat that it protects us
Yeah,
from.
it should be. Because even if it's airborne, the thing is with the bubble, it just like provides you air and stuff. It doesn't stop air from coming in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, tolerable living conditions customized for each creature. That's all it is.
So eventually you find the area where Aiden's troops had managed to point out.
Oh,
And-
okay. Actually, it also makes the targets immune to harmful gases, vapors, including inhaled diseases and poisons, as well as spells with a harmful gaseous effect.
I'm telling you, dude, that spell's broken as fuck.
That is strong, isn't it? You can cast it if you want.
Yeah, I am, because it lasts for not 6 days now. So
Dude,
As
how
you
can
cast
that
it.
spell be 1 day per level? That's insane!
Well, it's
What's
also
that for,
designed.
to keep me alive if I get vacuumed into space.
Yeah,
And if that happens, 6 days is not going to be long enough.
you gotta understand, Starfinder has, unlike fantasy, it has extreme environmental conditions that are normally like. There's some things the bubble can't protect against, such as extreme winds or, crushing forces of gravity and stuff like that. But otherwise, it's quite good at making sure you don't suffocate in space. And as you head onto the broken down building, it seems like it was a abandoned apartment complex, probably abandoned once the walls came down. And as you make your way through, you see the directions follow into this empty apartment. You see bits and pieces of people's old life here, picture frames, old bits of food and stuff. But as you make your way over, you notice a crumbling bit of wall that was pointed out, a hole poked into it with a knife.
Oh, looks like this is the place.
Is so like this building, does it line up with the wall? Like, is it against the wall?
Yeah, it seems like this building is like against the wall. They seem to have checked all the areas. For instance, you passed by a window that would have led into the area, but that was also armored up. Seems like they didn't. Like, since this was a wall, they didn't bother coming and checking.
I'll pull out my my laser drill and work on just like, I'm gonna check, like expand the gap and like squeeze my head in and take a look.
As you squeeze your head in, it seems like there's a small area on the other side, some sort of maintenance shed, and a door that leads into the street after.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get to work on like prying the hole open a little bit, then I'll squeeze through first and take a look around.
As you squeeze on through and open the door, you see on the outside the slightly pouring rain. scattering along the ground and the buildings and the like. You do see some people huddling under like a small lean-to, like they got a blanket over them. It's all silver and warming them up as they stay there huddled up.
Okay. I'll like edge the door open. I don't want to get spotted doing this. And yeah, I'll like creep out and wait for an opportunity, and we'll move through, I guess.
Okay then. As the others come on through the gap, you see like somebody looks up. It's like, you're a bit well dressed to be around here. Like they're in the street. Didn't seem to have noticed you coming through the door.
Just Kuzon just kind of like smiles and just it's like I you know, I was visiting family, all of that. How are you guys doing? I guess I kind of look like I see that they're not giving you a place to rest in here.
There's a small camp, but well, some of us don't want to go. I mean, some of us don't trust them.
I can understand that.
You see him like coughing. But are you mercenaries or maybe you're doctors?
I guess I mean, I do have a decent medicine store. I'll take a look at this guy, and it's like, here, let me take a look. Like, I'll just give him a look over, see if I can figure out any symptoms or anything like that.
As you roll medicine for me, and as you're doing, you hear him say, I'm glad they're letting in more doctors recently. At first there was just one, and then the compound they made to take care of us. As you check him over, it seems like he doesn't feel pain, as if his nervous system is compromised.
Okay.
And of course, the raspy cough and the like, you can tell this is definitely a disease.
Well, it's a good thing that Thiveron used that spell, so he's not coughing at me.
Remember social distancing.
Exactly. If you make sure he's within your bubble, then he can infect you. But if he's outside, then your bubble is fine.
The bubble is like only an inch off of him. Like it's.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay,
like,
never mind.
Yeah.
So unless you kiss him, it'll be fine.
Yeah. 1 inch shell of tolerable living conditions.
Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Yeah, that seems pretty serious.
Yeah, but some of us have been cured.
I'm gonna note where this guy is, and it's like if I manage to figure out what's going on, I'll come back for you.
Thank you. The compound's just that way. Just so you know. Well, I'll get back to my family now. He like walks on over to his family.
Does his family look like they are afflicted with it? Do they have similar looking symptoms?
As he goes over, you do notice that he was a human, but as he goes over to his Shirin wife, it seems like she's not coughing.
I guess the symptoms would be totally different for a Shirin.
It's possible that this effect doesn't really affect well such species that are lacking in skin and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, like,
or at least differently.
Insects don't even have lungs. Like they have like holes in their exoskeleton that just passively absorbs oxygen. They don't like breathe, so the symptoms wouldn't even look the same.
Exactly. So you would probably have to see to her to see if she has it as well.
Yeah.
But she doesn't seem to be reacting and coughing like he is.
Okay. I'll take a mental note of that. Prava might be okay. Yeah, I'll follow his. I guess I'll head out to the compound.